how to make funnels that print money. I have a lot of experience with this. I mean, I've made funnels that, print money on demand. I have funnels right now that freaking are running to print money on demand. And I'm building out a funnel currently in the next few days. It could make me 100K a day or more with ad spend of only 10 grand. I did the math. That's 10x, but I think it'll be 20x personally. Like literally. Like it's so beautiful. And it took years to figure out how to, come up with these, little tricks and stuff. But I'm going to tell you what they are right now. So basically, to make a great funnel, you need to have a wonderful VSL that has a story in it that sells, and you need to not make the VSL too long for this specific type of funnel. I mean, there's funnels for everything. But this is going to be a tripwire funnel. And you're connected to Stripe. You get paid through Stripe. You get paid out every few days. So the cash flow is amazing with whatever your ad spend is. And then the back end, you got affiliate offers, and you get a bunch of purchases per day is the goal. So you build an email list of buyers that's insanely big. Like it's a huge list. You could launch an affiliate offer relevant to that niche like crazy. I recommend health, wealth, or love niches. There's subsets inside of each one of those niches that are huge. What you do is you need to use words that sell. But in general, you know what people want. They want fast, free, easy, all that stuff. And you need to sell something that delivers a result in each one of those niches. That's what really sells, is the promise and deliverability of a result in a time frame. So you tell them you can get X result most likely in this X amount of time if you invest in this now or whatever. Adding curiosity is very powerful, especially for a low ticket, even high ticket. I've tested this a lot. All this. Low ticket, high ticket, doesn't matter. If you have curiosity, it wins because it's actually cognitive bias. It makes decision-making processes faster, which is like exactly what you want. The other thing is, stack as many cognitive biases as possible. I say this a lot, but use words that sell and put together great VSLs. And a good VSL you could look up, but you got to start with the intro, the big promise of what they're going to get, the credibility and all that. You got to appeal to ethos, logos, and pathos. Then you got to get to a story that it talks about someone, a character, a fake character, a real character, or you, or some testimonial. And then you talk about the conflict for the character. And then you talk about the solution was the offer. In some way or another, it was the offer. The solution to the conflict or the pain or the suffering or whatever of the character. Usually a conflict for a character is going to be the health, wealth, or love type categories. So they either have a health problem, a wealth problem, or a love problem in their life, or all of those. Or death, but that's still health category, so there you go. What else? Basically, after that, you need to make sure that the math works out. Now, you need to have a tripwire that's around $10 or less. I mean, my tripwires are usually $1, but you should do $1. But if you do anything around $1 to $10, that's great. Make sure it's around there for each tripwire. But there's funnels where you can go higher than that, which I still do. And, I recommend, as long as you have, it depends. So if you do cold traffic, do something $10 low for the tripwire. If you have hot traffic, do a funnel, but doesn't matter really the price point on the front end, but keep it below 300 for the tripwire, okay, for hot traffic. Depending on the niche too, but I think all those niches can handle 300 or less for the tripwire. Then have upsells after that, and you're set. Have upsells after the $10 or low tripwire for cold traffic for sure. I mean, cold traffic's where you can scale to the stars. Like, there's no limits here. So anyway, cold traffic is the goal for anyone, and you got to appeal to cold traffic. So you need to have simple language. You need to have a lot of cognitive biases going for you. And you need to really, really optimize a good VSL. I'm telling you, a good story will sell some low ticket thing, and then they're going to buy more stuff in the freaking upsells. I'm telling you, just optimize it correctly. And use ClickFunnels. I mean, use ClickFunnels, Kartra, whatever, but I recommend ClickFunnels all the way. Like, all the way. ClickFunnels is the way to go. Then have an order bump, of course. I mean, an order bump's kind of like, they'll just click it and then they'll buy type thing. Like, they usually don't even look at it, which is really powerful. So, if you can't think of an order bump, you're crazy, like you got to think of something. You have a tripwire, and then people will naturally want more instantly because they're going to buy, and they just click it. I mean, my order bumps get like 55% or more. People just taking the order bump with my cold traffic funnels. So it's very powerful. And then, the first upsell after people buy, a lot of people take that. And then, after that, people will still take stuff. They just, you have good messages. On the first upsell, you need to say in the VSL, if you do VSL, and even in text, you need to say, congratulations on your purchase. don't leave yet. We have more for you, more value for you. Okay, that's what I like to say, that type of thing, because, you know, you don't want to end the sales cycle, and you don't want to make them feel like, oh, there's more. I purchased this, but I feel like I didn't get everything I wanted because there's more. So you just tell them congratulations on your purchase and reward them for it by saying congratulations or whatever. And then they're more likely to also buy. It actually increases conversion rates on your order bumps. Okay? Don't have a downsell on the first freaking upsell. Definitely don't have a downsell anywhere until the end. I think the last offer should be the most high ticket, and then have a downsell for it. If people say no, and they'll see that downsell, a lot of people will, and they'll take it. You could have like 2 downsells. I kid you not, that's powerful. I just thought of that just now. I've never done that. You could have like the last upsell, high ticket, then have a downsell, and then another downsell for it. And, you know, don't go lower than that unless you want to, but you're going to get a lot of people on board. I'm telling you, it's crazy. But, you know, if you optimize each upsell to have a VSL, like a video sales letter talking about the thing you're selling, people watch that and they don't want to read, you know. So if you either, for your upsells, have a visual presentation, like of what the offer is, okay, whatever it is, like so people can see it, or you have a video talking about it, or you have both things in the same page. You have showing what it is plus a VSL talking about it. That works really well, okay? Anyway, at the end of the day, a good price point in an upsell flow plus something that's relevant to what they already bought, just another type of thing similar. I like to use PLR products with cold traffic because then you don't have to make the product really. It's already made. You just get access to it and you can resell it. And you can market it really well because it's about the marketing. It's not about the thing usually. And if you know how to sell and you know how to market, like I'm telling you this stuff, just implement Lollapalooza bias, which is Gartner bias, which is stacking everything together. You're going to make freaking conversions at a high rate. And if you do, I recommend on your sales pages, if you've ever seen my sales pages, it's basically the same as what I do in other niches. If you see my funnels in my personal brand too, it's the same. I have a freaking template that's a headline, a sub-headline, sometimes not even a sub-headline, and then a VSL, a video sales letter that's pretty short. It could be made with a good script, then hiring a voiceover artist that appeals to the niche I'm targeting and the age group and the gender I'm targeting, and then have a button, okay, and then list the benefits too on sales page if you want. Then have a button, and then have the terms of service stuff at the bottom or whatever. I hate that you have to have it, but you do. Then have a big, nice background image that looks nice. And I even host the video on YouTube, unlisted or public, and then have a good thumbnail for it. It looks good on the sales page, and that's it. Then I have people click the button, and I don't have a timer for the button to show up at a certain point in time. I just leave the button there. It actually improves conversion rates. It's been tested. And then you send people to the freaking order form, and you can split test order forms. I don't know why people don't split test order forms. I don't know why people don't split test everything in the freaking funnel. People should split test their order forms, 2 different templates of order forms to see which one converts higher, and you can look at that in your stats of your ClickFunnels. Then you should split test your upsells and see which one's converting more. Okay, of the 2 versions. And you should always be split testing and trying to outperform the control. If you're just split testing a split test, that's stupid. You should split test to outperform the one that is your original version. You should make the other version try to beat it. That's your goal. If you don't do that, you're just wasting time. Trust me. Okay? And you're going to lose money because the control's already doing good, right? In your opinion. And in the numbers that you see. And then when you do something that's literally trying to outperform it, you're going to crush it, man. And you got to make hypotheses and think. Use your brain. Use creativity. Use everything you've ever learned and stack it together. It's a big deal. Because it's the difference between a little bit of money and a lot of money is split testing. So yeah, split test even your sales page if you choose to, VSLs, all that. It can be tracked and you can see if it equated to sales, the sales page. You can even split test that on the front end. But yeah, split test everything through the funnel. You're going to crush it and build a buyer's list, everything. This is how you crush it with freaking sales funnels. And the main way to crush the sales funnels is my 2 favorite type of funnels, my 3 favorite. I don't even really like opt-in funnels, really. So here's what they are. Tripwire funnel to cold traffic is one of my favorites by far. And if you do it right, you can make a lot of money in all sorts of niches. It doesn't matter the niche at this point with what I have a formula for, which is exactly what I'm telling you right now what it is. It takes work, sure. It takes freaking work. It takes smarts. It takes skills. But it's worth it. So do it. Tripwire. And then my other favorite is a high ticket funnel. Just, have a sales page to an order form, so it's on high ticket, and then have it upsells if you want more high ticket stuff. Okay, so that's a good funnel anyone should have because it's like more money. I mean, you could sell something at $1, and it takes quite a few sales to reach a certain point. But you could sell something for, I have the personal brand, like I'm saying, and, it has high ticket sales in it. I promote offers in my email list in the sweepstake niche I do, and even adult marketing. There's high ticket stuff to sell, and you sell those affiliate offers, and they equate to more money compared to if you promote low ticket. But you should have low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket. My third favorite funnel is, what is it? I forgot. There's something kind of interesting that I wanted to share. I'll remember it if I just think about it for 2 seconds. So there was the Tripwire, and then the high ticket funnel. What is your favorite funnel, Ben? What is your favorite funnel? What is your favorite funnel? Oh, see that I knew it. So it's a backwards type funnel in a way. What it is, it's like you launch a product, even on your messaging of a Tripwire every day running traffic to it, Tripwire funnel to cold traffic, you can angle it to be urgency and scarcity involved. So I really like launch funnels that have a deadline because it pushes people over the edge and has them make a decision. So that's a funnel I like, and it applies to any price point, any type of funnel. If you're doing something high ticket, by the way, make sure to have a long video sales letter, okay? So someone can get all their answers covered in a long sales letter and build more trust, with you. That's the point. If it's a 1 minute long sales letter or even 10 minutes, it's not good enough to sell something high ticket. You need something like an hour. No, you need something like 30 minutes to an hour. And, the longer the better, actually. The longer the video, it's been proven, just gets you more sales because people spend more time on average. And I'll tell you what, the people that spend the whole duration are the ones who buy guaranteed every time. It's crazy. Even if it's high ticket, they'll buy every time if they spend that much time with you. So, that's what's so powerful about having long form content. If you look at big vloggers, big YouTubers, big social media people, Instagram models don't make that much because they don't have people actually spending much time with their personality or the models actually giving value to anyone. So the models don't make that much money, but they could. There's models that understand it, like they make the pivot and they understand kind of this thing, and they go ahead and they show their personality on YouTube and they talk and they give value and stuff, and then they launch a product or whatever. They make a lot of money because they have a big following. Money follows attention, but you got to do the right stuff. So that's how you convert low quality audience to high quality. Is just they spend more time with you. I'm telling you, it's so cool, and you'll make so much money online. It's like the secret. I'm telling you. And then any funnel is great. You'll make money. Oh, one more thing to mention about a good funnel is have something recurring. Don't have it on the front end. Don't have the Tripwire offer be recurring. Have the first upsell be recurring. Okay, and have it like a low ticket recurring. If you want it to be mid ticket recurring, great. If it's high ticket, no one will buy it. Recurring, because it's high ticket recurring. Like the way to do that is like only a social media marketing agency type thing. So if you're doing that, do that if you want. But make that actually the front end offer actually. And before that, have a funnel of like educational product to bring people in type thing to break even on traffic, then push them to the funnel with the recurring high ticket. But anyway, your first upsell should be recurring. Okay, that's what you need to get people in because more people will take the upsell at the beginning. Less people will buy on the front end if it's a recurring thing. So just have a low ticket thing there, have an order bump, have an upsell that's recurring, have more upsells around mid ticket. The last one do high ticket, then have some downsells. You're going to make money. You're going to get a high average order value. And it doesn't matter the traffic source you freaking use for this. You guys are going to make money. You're going to have a buyer's email list. You can email blast anytime. Your goal is to get like 1,000 customers a day is the goal. So build that up with your cash flow because you get paid out very quickly with Stripe. And like I said, in back end, you can affiliate offers too. That's how I crush it with funnels. I have a ton of experience in this. You can literally crush it with funnels. You're like one funnel away. I love that quote from Russell Brunson. You're like one funnel away because it's so true. And, it took me forever. I mean, I made some silly mistakes, so I know how it is, guys. And, the most important thing from failure is to learn from failure. Otherwise, you're wasting time. So every time I failed from a funnel or failed in a business or website or anything like that to make money or anything in life, I'm like, what can I learn from this? And I learned from it. I don't do it again, or I do it different. Okay. And if something works, then you double down or triple down or quadruple down or more on it because it's working. If it's working, why would you stop? You failed so much. Why would you stop on something that's actually working? So that's what it's all about with the funnels. That's what it's all about, making money online. You're in this course because you want to make money here, the program here. So that's how you freaking make money. I'm telling you stuff that took me so long to learn. So many failures. This is like the truth, man. I'm telling you everything here. Okay. So, this is going to be making millionaires. Okay. So once again, it doesn't matter the niche. Kind of it does. Some niches are more lucrative than others. But at the end of the day, put together your funnels good, have good messaging. Your front end sales message is like the number one thing. And then you can have upsell, video, sales letter stuff, but just keep it simple. You could use a script like who, what, why, how script, which is like who you are, what you're selling, why you're selling it, which is the story. So the what is like explaining what it is, and then the how is like how you get it, how they get it, the call to action type thing. And you could do different type of close phrases, like phrases that close people on wanting to buy. So, you could study that, but there's a lot, so I shouldn't go into them because you could literally just Google it and you'll have a bunch of like statements and like phrases that actually close people. Just look up closing statements, closing statements for sales, closing phrases that sell and stuff. And when you have a bundle offer you're doing. Oh, and another thing, when you're doing a product for $1, people are like, oh, it's probably crap. No, you need to say the price will go up to a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time because that's perceived value. Okay, because no one thinks the thing is actually worth $1. Free plus shipping is great and all. I don't like to do free plus shipping. Just say, today we have a sale for only $1 for the blank. And, people buy it, when people take the order, percentage always take anything. But I'm rambling at this point because I told you everything. So I'm repeating now. So now I know that it's time to end the video because I told you everything.